everyone, so we're moving on to issue 20, which are the Finding Nemo. We're going to do 2 squares, and they're the backgrounds for Sheldon and Peach. So there's 4 different types of blues that you need for this one. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and made one of them because I wanted to know how relatively easy it was. And actually, this is a fairly simple square to do. So I'll do the other one on camera just so there's a video for it in case you do get stuck with it. So the 4 blues we need are the ice blue, the peacock blue, the cyan, and this one is classed as aqua green in the description of this. I know there have been lots of questions in the Facebook group because on some issues it's just described as aqua, whereas in this one it's described as aqua green, but actually they're both exactly the same colour, and if you put the aqua green, which we received with this issue, against another one of the aquas in one of the other issues, they're exactly the same. I think they've just got their wording a bit muddled. So I have already made the one here, which is starting off with the ice blue and then moving on to the aqua and then the cyan. And for this one that I'm going to show you now, we're starting off with the aqua and then we are moving on with the cyan, and then we're going on to the peacock blue in the second square. So if you want to start with that one so you can follow along with the video, then just use your magazine instructions to be able to follow the colours for this one afterwards, and it's fairly easy to see anyway. As I said, it's the ice blue and then it's the aqua and then it's the cyan. So we're starting with the aqua for this one, so if you go ahead, make a slip knot and get it on your 4mm hook, I'll show you how to begin. So as I just said, I've got my slip knot on my hook, and then we're starting off with 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're then going to join with a slip stitch into our first chain. So remember to count back 4 stitches, go into the one at the end, and we're doing a slip stitch. So we're pulling that one straight through that loop. So we've created that circle that we can go into when we pull those apart. So this is round 1, and we're starting round 1 by chaining 3. 1, 2 and 3. And we need to do 2 trebles into the ring. So we need to yarn over and then pull that apart till you find your centre circle. Pull up a loop so you've got 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 and then pull through 2 again, and that's your first treble. I believe we are doing that stitch the whole of the way through this. Don't quote me on it, I can't remember. I made the other square a week ago, I think, but I do believe it's the treble the whole way through without referring back to the instructions now. So we've done 1 treble and we're now going to do another into that ring. Ooh, there we go. We now need to chain 2. 1 and 2. We're now going to do 3 trebles into the ring. So 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2 again. 1, 2. And then another 3 trebles. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2 again. 1, 2, and another 3 trebles. 1, 2 and 3. We're now just chaining 1, and then we need to join with a double crochet into our 3rd chain. So our 3 chains are here, just under my left thumbnail, which is where we first started. So the top chain of that, so we count 1, 2, 3 up to the top, and then I'm going in through that one, and I'm doing a double crochet to finish that round off, and we've got our little square here. We're now starting round 2, and we need to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We now need to do a treble into the corner space. So yarn over and into that hole of the corner, and we're doing a treble there. We're now going to do a treble into each of the trebles that we did for the last round. So we've got 3 here, so we want to do 3 trebles. So make sure you pick up your V onto your hook. And I've done 1 into my next one, 2 into my next one, which is number 3. In the corner, we're doing 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. So 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2, and then another 2 trebles. 1 and 2. So carry on going all the way around. So it's 3 trebles into the top of those stitches. In the corner, it's 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. I'll meet you at the end of the round. So I've just done my 3 trebles there into the top of the 3 trebles from the last round. I now need to do 2 trebles into the corner space. 1 and 2. We're then going to do 1 chain and then join with a double crochet again into the top of the 3rd chain. So we're going into this one and finishing off with a double crochet, and we're on to round 3. So we're chaining 3, and again start off with a treble into the corner space. We now need to do a treble into the top of every stitch that we've done from the last round. I'm not going to tell you how many because I don't want to reveal the pattern. So I've done 1 there. I'll move on to my next. I'll go along to the end off camera and I'll meet you at the corner. So I've done the amount of stitches along there it says to do in the book under round 3, and that's for the trebles. And I've now reached the corner, which is the same as the last row, and it's exactly the same going all of the way through this pattern. So it's the 2 trebles, the 2 chains, and then the 2 trebles into that corner space again. So if you look under round 3, it'll tell you exactly how many stitches of the trebles you need to do along there. Each corner is 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. Go all the way around to the end and I'll meet you there. So I'm at the last corner of round 3, and just like the last round, we're doing 2 trebles into the corner space, and we're chaining 1, and then we're joining with a double crochet again into the top of that 3rd chain. Round 4 is pretty much going to be a repeat of what we've just done. So chain 3, 1 treble into the corner space, and then a treble into every treble that you have just done along there. Again, I'm not going to tell you how many, it's got it in the pattern under round 4. In each corner it will be 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. So it's been exactly the same all the way along now. I'm sure you know how to do it. When you get to the end of round 4, I will meet you there. So I've gone all the way around for round 4, just finishing as we have for the other rounds, just chaining. No, I'm not chaining. I'm doing 2 trebles into the corner space. I'm then chaining 1. And we're finishing with a double crochet into the top of our 3rd chain. So we finished with the aqua green now. I know that does look like the cyan on camera for some reason. I can assure you it is the aqua green. We need to fasten this one off now because we're going to be moving on to the cyan. So you just need to join that one to any corner space. So join it in through a space and we will carry on for round 5. So I've joined my cyan yarn to the corner space. I'm now going to pull up a loop and I'm then going to chain 3. We're carrying on with exactly the same for the next 2 rounds that we've done before, exactly the same instructions. So we're doing 1 treble into the corner. We're then doing a treble into every treble from the last round, and then in the corner we're doing 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. Again, I'm not going to tell you how many there are along because I can't reveal the full pattern due to copyright, so I will meet you at the end of the round. So I'm at the last, or the first, whichever you look at it, corner for this one again. So exactly the same again as before. 2 trebles into your corner space. 1 and 2. We're then chaining 2. And we're joining with a slip stitch, not a slip stitch. Yep, we're joining with a slip stitch into the top of our 3rd chain. You can fasten that one off, and then just like we did for this round, we now need to join yarn C, the peacock blue, into any corner space. So I'm sure you all know exactly what you're doing now. We're going in and pulling up a loop, we're chaining 3, because this round's exactly the same as all the other rounds that we've just done. The treble into the corner space, then we're going to do a treble in every stitch along. Again, refer to your magazine to tell you exactly how many there should be. So I'm trying to count in my head and be quiet rather than count as I go along so I don't give it away. I'm aware at the moment that this video is only like 15 minutes long. I don't want it to be too short for a whole video on a square. So I thought I'd go along just 1 row at least of this one with you. Oh, I've got a hat. There we go. So I hope you found this square relatively easy. As I thought in the beginning, it's exactly the same stitch, just all the way along, apart from our chains in the corner spaces. But I suppose the complicated bit will come in when we add in Peach and Sheldon once we make them, but the patterns aren't in this issue, they're in a later issue. So exactly the same from the corner as every other corner. We're doing 1 treble, 2 treble, 2 chains, and then another 2 trebles. I'm sure you got this by now, so carry on going all the way around and I'll meet you at the end. So I'm at my final corner. As for all the other rounds, I'm doing 2 trebles into the corner space, and then we're chaining 2, 1 and 2, and then we're going to join with a slip stitch into our 3rd chain. And there's that one done, and I will fasten that one off shortly. So yes, it's a bit wonky. That one will flatten out once we've blocked it. So once you do your other square as well, you will end up with 2 that look like this, fairly similar. Obviously they're exactly the same pattern, similar colours. I actually think they're really pretty. I love them together. I really enjoyed doing these. Don't quote me on that once we have to put on the characters, because you know how much I hate making them. They always look good when they're done. I just really always put off making them. So there's those 2 done. That's the Sheldon and Peach background squares. Now, a bit of advice here, I would say make sure you weave all your ends in straight away, because it's going to make it much easier for you once you attach on the Sheldon and Peach characters once they're done. So I'm going to go away and weave in my ends now, and I guess I will see you in the next video. So remember to subscribe if you want a notification for as soon as the next video comes out, and please leave a like and a comment, because I just absolutely love hearing from all you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.